reviews have a huge effect on how well this podcast ranks in iTunes. So obviously, the better we rank, the more listeners we can reach. So if you'd like a quick and easy way to support this podcast, please go to chatwithtraders.com/iTunes and leave a brief review. It'll take you no more than 2 minutes, and like I mentioned in the past, your support is really appreciated. So please do this just while you're listening. That would be really cool. Okay, time for this week's interview. I'm your host, Aaron Fifield, and here is my guest for episode number 42, Bert Mueller. Bert, what's up, man? How you going?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Not too bad at all. So we spoke yesterday and you were pretty much running off next to no sleep. I hope you've had a chance to catch up.
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
we
not
got the
convinced.
first snow today in Moscow. So looking
Okay,
out the window, the entire city is white. Real nice.
it's white, so it's snowing, is it?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, very cool. Yeah, we're just heading into summer here, so it's much the opposite. But yeah. Well, anyway, Bert, it's really great to have you on for an interview today. So first of all, thank you, and secondly, I'm really intrigued by some of the topics we're going to cover, and I think most of those topics are probably going to stem from machine learning. So that in itself is something that hasn't really been spoken about in any of the previous episodes. So some listeners may already be familiar with the concept of machine learning, but I'm sure you're going to open the minds for many listeners as well and expose them to something completely new. So I think it's going to be really good.
I'm excited, man.
All right, cool. Well, let's do it. So let's start right from the very start, like we always do. So share with us, when did you first discover the markets and what was your real introduction to trading?
So I came into some money around 2007, 2008, and yeah, I have a friend who's a financial advisor, and I talked to him, and I was like, what should I be doing? What's the good way to go about this? And he's, the classical American, registered investment advisor, and he's like, look, you need like some stocks, you need some bonds, that classic stuff they teach you in school. And so I went ahead and I bought some stock, and I think Ford was the first company that I bought because well, Ford's a good company. They have had a solid balance sheet, and whatnot. Um, Actually, I think it happened to be one of the companies that didn't get bailed out after all that. So I guess maybe the initial analysis on a fundamental level might have even been correct. But I bought it and it went down. And I bought it, bought some more, and it went down some more. And then it kept on going down because that was the time. We were in a bear market and everything was kind of going down. And I thought that this is kind of lame. I'm a smart guy, or I thought I was a smart guy back then, and I have this, I have a buddy that helped me with my analysis. Our analyses coincided. They're in agreement, and the market obviously wasn't. So what's up? And so I kind of just started reading and reading, and I had a more technical background. I was studying biochemistry at the time, and technical analysis appealed to me. It seemed really easy to look at the stochastics or whatever they had, the RSI back then, and then the buy the bottoms and sell the tops. Obviously, in practice, it didn't turn out to be that easy, but I kept reading and reading and reading, and I actually ended up trading options because I was, young and dumb and wanted to make $1 million overnight. Obviously, oh, I lost. I even took some money because there were some other people who thought I was smart. That was and that turned out really, really, really bad. I lost all the money really fast, actually, and yeah, I was devastated because it wasn't my money, and I had never made that much money in my life, and just, oh man, so bad. But you know, I don't know. I realized that someone on the other side of that had made that money, and so I realized that you you could be the guy making that money, and so basically I set out to do that, to be that guy, and I read basically everything I could get my hands on, Obviously, what you're talking about this yesterday, the Market Wizards books were amazing. That's why it's awesome that you're doing this podcast. But yeah, I realized kind of that there's a very many different approaches to trading, and I realized that the approach that I was most comfortable with was this like more technical, mathematical, whatever, computer-based approach. Yeah, so that's kind of how I got started.
Okay, yeah, no, that's really good. So, I mean, let's just take it right back to the very start there. And you came into some money around 2007. I mean, why did you come with that money to the stock market? I mean, you could have, gone and started a business with it. You could have, done a bunch of other things with that money, but something appealed to you about the stock market. What was that?
Um, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think just making money while doing nothing. That's what I thought it was gonna be like. You put your money in the market, and then just, and a year later you look and there's more money.